Hey guys, it's Full Cards here, live and direct from Brooklyn, New York. And in front of me today, look at this whole thing. I have a box of 2006-2007 Series 1 from Upper Deck. Microphone check, microphone check. It would happen to be the year after Sidney the Kidney's rookie year. It would be the rookie year of Evgeny Malkin, but he would happen to be in Series 2 along with Radulov and a couple of others. Who would be in Series 1? Well, it is replete with Jordan Staal, Paul Stastny, Anze Kopitar, Guillaume Latendresse, Phil Kessel, Shea Weber, Dustin Byfuglien, Travis Zajac, Chris Letang. There are some peeps up in this boutique. So what else do we need to know about this particular product? I can't seem to locate any odds on this thing, although I took a quick look. It seems to be instructions for something. Nothing that helpful to us. Might be on the inside. But what I do know is there are 24 packs per box, 8 cards per pack, and there are game-used memorabilia in these old Upper Deck products. In fact, 2 of them, I believe. So just going through the odds, I think, and I take it that Signature Sensations are 1 of 288. That would mean that they are 1 in 12 boxes, which is actually an 8% chance. While the game-used jerseys are 1 in 13, which would be 2 per box. So actually there are some goodies within here, worthwhile goodies. So I'm going to crunch this puppy open. I'm going to smack dab this bad boy into submission. So let's take a peek. Let's take a look. We do have a seal of disapproval. Let's pop that plenty open. And it should be interesting, man. There are some, as I said, there's exclusives, number 200. There are shootout artists, which are 1 in 12. Those are sort of general inserts. There are a bunch of other ones like Hometown Heroes, 1 in 12, so that would be 2 per box. There are some 1 per box ones like NHL award winners. So there's all kinds of stuff within here. And look at that. It's cross-pollinating with Black Diamond in its old school vernacular and shape before it went all high-end. But that's kind of cool, little Black Diamond, mid-range Black Diamond, old school Black Diamond advertisement. So let's look at the box here. Let's see what we have. This is obviously a hobby box. I usually actually open, in terms of the Upper Deck Series 1, Series 2, I typically open the big retail boxes, but here I decided to go lowball. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we have. I'm just feeling the packs a bit to see whether some are thicker or less thick. And do we have odds on this thing? I don't even think so. Not even. Okay. So let's do it. But there are some. So 200 set base set, as we all know, and then the Young Guns above that. The Young Guns would be 6, 1 of 4, right? So there's 6 Young Guns. So you have a 12% chance of hitting the Young Gun that you want, just vis-a-vis the math. Busy cards back in the day, nonetheless, as we can see. I'm just going to try to scooch this down a bit so we have more room. And the cards appear to be pretty stuckified, which might be a bit of a problem. Look at the back, your standard, usual, typical, familiar back of the card look for Upper Deck Series. So Upper Deck Series 1, 2006, 2007. Let's crunch through this. We got Glen Murray, who wore the A with Boston back in the day. And I spiked his auto recently in a box of portraits. And we have our first Young Gun, and it would be Miko Lehtinen. Miko Lehtinen would be our first Young Gun. Let's take a peek at the back of the Young Guns. The Young Guns look actually a little bit different, do they not? Strangely. So he was actually a 9th round draft pick. I mean, he is, again, by the Preds and so on, back in 2001. So he probably is not the ideal Young Gun to find. Nonetheless, wow, these cards are really busy. Usually the photos are great. The photos are half decent here, but very, very busy. There's Zitnik. There's Rick Nash, who I believe was the first overall. You can see Rick Nash here. And Prospel. This is very thick. I'll put it aside. And let's continue on. Let's see if I can make a move and sort of bust through these. It's going to be hard because they're so stuck. It's ridiculous how stuck they are. Last couple of packs. Action pack. Action. Still, man, this is tough. Matthew Guérin, Sergei Gonchar, Ryan Suter, Colby Armstrong, Sid the Kid. Is there a second Sid the Kid? Was maybe the other? Oh, it's a checklist, right? There you go. Joe Thornton, Derek Waugh, Henrik Sedin. Should get one more young gun, and here it is. Okay, let's see who it is. And it is Joel Perot. That is a little bit underwhelming. What are you going to do? Jamie Lundmark, Marty Turco, Mazeros, Fedorov, and Exelby. So I have these two other packs that I put to the side, so let's see what's in them. Okay guys, I just spent 25 minutes trying to unglue, unstick, unstuckify, stuck in the muck, these particular sticky cards. So I thought I would fast forward just to the hits and the recap just to expedite things, keep things fast on track for a change, because I'm usually really slow. So I left a couple of packs aside. Let's see what those packs are. Then I can do a recap of the break. I think it's just simpler this way for this particular product on this given day. So I put this pack aside, and we have Keith Tkachuk here, who would be the father of a man called Brady Tkachuk and one called Matthew Tkachuk. So we have that. We have Alexander Perot, who, of course, his rookie year was 2005, 2006, like Sid the Kid, I believe. Wes Waltz, a nice prototypical hockey name. What else? Not as good as Zarley Zalapsky, but, you know. Wisnowski, Samuelson, Holweg, and then Nick Antropov of your Toronto Maple Leafs. And then we have a hit here, so let's see what the hit is. The hit is an Upper Deck game jersey of somebody, of a Panther. I think it's Weiss, and it is Stephen Weiss. Okay, it's a nice jersey nonetheless, not exactly a premium top tier player, but kind of cool. I would prefer Dale Weiss if he was around back then, as he was a speedy Cabini with the Habs. What else? So I have two other packs open, so let's open these bad boys quickly, see if there's anything in them. I'm just going to see. This is how stuck they are. They're really glued together. Man, I'm really having trouble. There's definitely a hit in here. I'm going to try to do this. Let's see if there's a hit in here. Then I'll do the rookies, the young guns, and that'll be that. It's like pulling teeth here. Let's see what's in this one. Okay, so put this aside. There might not be anything in here. Francois Bushman, Michael Telquist, the legend himself. We have Corey Stillman, who had a pretty decent career. And we do have a semi-hit. We have an insert. And the insert would be of Jonathan Chichu. Okay. Man, it is really hard to see this. It's so hard to read the cards. It's stats leader of Jonathan Chichu. I believe there's only one of those, 1 per 24 or something to that effect. Whatever I said goes. What is statistical leaders are 1 per 24? Yeah, so it's 1 per box. So that would be the stats leader. And Alexander Steen, Cristobal Huet from the mountains in France, and Ray Whitney. It's actually a pretty decent photo. A lot of the photos are actually kind of mediocre. And Robert Esch. I do not know whether I actually hit exclusives. I don't think I did, although it's really hard to tell, so that I'm not sure of. Let's see who this second hit is, though, because there's definitely a hit in here. And then I will do a redux of, there's Rick DiPietro, first overall draft pick. Oh my God, this is what I was dealing with the entire break. That's why I'm doing this slowly here, or why I did the recap. Chris Draper. Oh my God. you have no idea how glued these have been. John Madden, who, of course, has a football game named after him. It's a joke. And Rolly the goalie, Shane Doan, Pierre Turgeon, and we have a hit. It's an Upper Deck game jersey, and it's a flyer. I think you guys know who this is. I think it's Primo, isn't it? And it's Keith Primo, and it's just a plain white jersey. That's cool. So we got 2 game-used jerseys, Upper Deck game-used jerseys. Not bad. That's actually kind of cool. And I will go quickly through the recap yet. So the recap basically entails a couple of the inserts. So we got this Brian Jonta shootout artist, as well as the Brad Richards one. We have 2 of these hometown heroes. We have the Kipper, as well as OV, a very young second-year OV, by the way, and a Nick Lidstrom Award winners, plus the statistical leader of Jonathan Chichu. As mentioned, we just did these, the Upper Deck game jerseys of Stephen Weiss and Keith Primo. A spectacular stack of base, although I don't know if I had high gloss or exclusives. I actually did not see them, but I was so busy trying to get them unstuck. If I find some, I'll let you know in the bottom of the video. And then I shall go through our Young Guns. So the Young Gun class included Staal, Stashny, Kopitar, Latendresse, Bufflin, and a couple of others. I did not really get many of those, if any of those. So let's go through them. I got Miko Lehtinen, who was a 9th round pick by the Predators, who I think he played a few games in the NHL, but mostly did not. And so he was in Europe most of his career. I got this one of, I don't know if you can see it, of Andres, right? Who was undrafted. So that's Van Andres. He played in Swift Current with the Broncos. He played with the Leafs just a little bit, but ended up in the AHL and ECHL. I did get this one of Joel Perot. So Joel Perot, again, not a really good rookie, even though the rookie class was great. He did play with Phoenix in a couple of teams. He was a 5th rounder in 2001. He definitely played about 96, played exactly 96 NHL games. I did get Nigel Dawes, who I've gotten before, who actually is a half-decent one. Certainly played with the Rangers and Flames, and he actually had a few, I think he actually appeared in a few games with the Montreal Canadiens, but he was a 5th round pick in 2003, 149 overall. So that one's better, getting better. I did hit the Nick Backstrom, thank you. So it's nice to actually hit someone. I hit the Backstrom. He certainly was with the Wild for many, many years, played 400 NHL games. And he too was undrafted. I believe he was out of the Finnish league. So he had a decent career there, a decent career in the NHL, decent career when he went back to Helsinki. So that's kind of cool. And then finally, did I actually hit a known player? I did. I hit Jordan Staal, which is actually half decent. Jordan Staal, it's one of the better potential picks from this draft. He was a 2nd overall in 2006. At this point, he's played I think he's pushing about 900 games total in his career with almost 500 points or whatever he's at. So it's really nice to at least hit the Jordan Staal and the Backstrom. But I have to say that this break was very, 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 very super duper underwhelming. This is why I'm not a big fan of Upper Deck Series 1 per se, because typically your chance of hitting the Young Gun that you want is 6 in 50, which is 12%. So this is actually a pretty underwhelming box, unfortunately, sadly, disappointingly. But I did, nonetheless, hit a couple of the game used. And the benefit of this particular year, if you open the box, if you order the box, if you break this box, is chances are you'll get better ones. There are actually some dual jerseys and triple jerseys in this particular set, so that's something to be mindful of. The second thing is you couldn't possibly do as poorly as I did with regard to the Young Guns. So that's something to look forward to, and there are some exclusives and some high glosses. But I myself had a sort of mediocre break, but that's the math. That is the math of these products. So I happen to be folding cards live and direct from a place called Brooklyn, New York. Please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. Fold cards live and direct from Brooklyn, New York.